Hi friends, I hope you're having a lovely day today. Today I want to talk to you about a photo walk that I partaked upon recently. I went downtown and in the hopes of capturing some photos of some lovely people. And so in downtown Salt Lake City you have Main Street, and then you have a mall that sort of is on either side. So you have mall here, Sky Bridge connects the mall, Main Street goes down the middle, that sort of situation. The first thing I did was I spent a little bit of time on the Sky Bridge that connects the two mall pieces together, and I captured a couple of sort of urban landscape-esque type shots. It was a very moody day that day, very rainy, and it made for some pretty fantastical light. And then I ran into a guy who was sitting on the Sky Bridge. He presented himself as an interesting being to me in an interesting situation. The background, the lighting sort of worked together. I hovered around him a little bit and tried to capture some intriguing shots. He didn't change his expression at all from when I first met him, which actually worked out pretty well in terms of intrigue. Awesome. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Then I came across a girl that I wanted to take a photo of. She had dreads. She had an overall very interesting look. It's interesting that she was actually very timid when I was speaking to her, and so I sort of went into the mode of trying to make her feel comfortable with the interaction and not feel like she has to be part of the interaction if she doesn't want to. Like, turn your body to me just like it was, but then kind of just turn your head that way. That'd be perfect. Thank you so much.
My hands, I don't know what to do.
No, you're good. I'm just kind of getting the upper half.
Okay.
So you're good.
Sorry. I
Yeah.
don't worry about this.
Yeah, no. The first photo I captured was of her sort of on like a wood panel wall. Really nice hipster-esque, Whole Foods-esque wood panel situation, but the lighting wasn't there. It was like her face was dull. So I moved her over to in front of a storefront where there was this nice warm pinkish lighting coming off, and what happened was this interesting dynamic of half of her face being lit with this warm light and half of her face being a bit darker, and it was split in half almost perfectly. Then I continued to walk around and I stumbled upon a Starbucks window of sorts, if you will, with the siren and the circle green sign type dealy-doo. This is the photo, and if you look closely, you can see that there's a boy with his head on the table, sort of like maybe he's dealing with the perils of finals week, if you will. And some of the greatest street photography that I've come across over time has been photos that had this sort of mysterious quality to it, or let me rephrase that. Photos that have a sense of mystery. It's not like a Scooby-Doo episode, but photos that when you see it, you see a sort of initial thing quality, in this case the Starbucks sign, but then in the background something starts to make itself apparent, and I love those sorts of photos, and I think I captured that well here. The lighting was very serendipitous in this case towards a compelling photo in the end. I actually really enjoyed what I was able to capture in terms of lighting. So then I wandered around a little bit more. Shortly later, I came across a guy who was sitting at the train stop waiting for a train to arrive so he could go, assumedly. Yes, he was sitting in the train stop chair. I mean, he could have been doing anything. That's the beauty of America, really. I thought he was interesting. He had long blonde hair, nice glasses, and so he allowed me to take his photo. I hovered around him a little bit and captured shots from different angles. Throughout this entire photo walk, I was very intentional about light. I've been trying to push myself and evolve in that area of really not cheapening out on light when it comes to my photos. So I was very cognizant of what was going on with his face and what have you, and so I hovered around him, captured some photos, and interestingly enough, I captured quite a few usable shots, more so than sometimes usual, and some of them were closer, some of them were further away, but it worked out. When we were finishing up the interaction, he said to me, "Good luck." Thank you so much. To which I said, "I don't need luck. I make my own." As I was making my way back to my car in the parking garage where I parked, by the way, Salt Lake City has fantastic parking amenities, thank you. There was something that I'd never seen before, and it really changed my life forever. There was a parking garage Zamboni. I didn't know they had Zambonis for parking garages. Then I drove out of downtown to a train stop, which I really enjoy, and I went after a bit more of an urban landscape approach, but I actually did end up coming across an interesting people shot. First, I ran into a train. So lots of reconstructive surgery. I captured a shot of a train rolling in, nice blue sky of dusk in the background. I used Lightroom to kind of punch up that blue a little bit. One thing I made sure to do as the train was rolling in was focus on the track directly in front, or as close as possible to where the front of the train would be, since I couldn't kind of pre-focus on that. Hey, could you drive this way and then back up and then come this way? I know you're on a tight schedule. Is there any way that this is art? This is art. So after that, I was wandering the train platform as the train had just rolled in. I came across these two people sitting in their booth inside the train. I like to look at the windows and see if there's anything interesting going on in there. These two people were sitting in their booth, both engaging with their devices, one on the laptop, one on the cell phone, not engaging with each other, but more so their devices. And it made for a really interesting expression for them. And then I shot it to where, you know, they're in the window and there's kind of a smaller part of the scene, and then the train sort of surrounds them, and then on either side you have the half of the other windows. But I really, so, and also the train started going as I'm taking this photo, so I'm like walking with the train trying to beautifully compose my shot. In the end, what I captured has almost this sort of ethereal feel, which I enjoy. I think for the most part because of the brilliant white on the side of the train. I liked it. It turned out well. In photo walks, the dynamic of going out at night as opposed to maybe dusk or dawn or noon certainly can be very different. You can have very different lighting situations, and the street turns into different things at different parts of the day. And that's something that, like, whenever I go out at night, I am always reminded how silly it is that I don't go out at night more, because it's a beautiful dynamic to play with. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope it brought you value today. Please engage below. I will be happy to engage back with you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.